So Donald Trump held a press conference today to talk about his tariffs and the Supreme Court ruling from them. Now, he got the bad news today over breakfast that his tariffs were deemed unconstitutional. Now, I thought that was exactly what was going to happen. Maybe not the part about breakfast, but the fact that the Supreme Court was going to overturn his tariffs. Now, with that being said, he comes out and says, well, it's a disgrace and it's going to hurt the economy. And oh, we've got the hottest economy. Of course, he's bragging up his economy when the numbers aren't actually looking that good. And then he turns around and says, well, because of his tariffs, they've got foreign countries investing and building all of these factories. Haven't seen a lot of that actually happening. What we have seen is places like the Hyundai factory in Georgia that pulls out because of Donald Trump and ICE raids and things like that, where the people were there to train American workers and they still get rounded up by ICE and treated like criminals. So Donald Trump isn't actually doing a whole lot to build new factories. And his idea of saying, well, it's going to build factories here. Factories take years to build. And the simple fact is these tariffs were going on immediately. It wasn't going to balance the plane of things as it went immediately. But Donald Trump doesn't understand any of that. Then he went on to announce a new tariff, a 10% worldwide tariff. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Eric, hey, what do you mean? I thought you just said his tariffs were unconstitutional. Well, they are. However, there is an economic law. I don't remember what the actual law is. It's Section 122 of that law that gives the president the ability to impose up to a 15% tariff for a period of up to 150 days. And then Congress must act in order to defend those tariffs. Now, that's what I thought his tariffs initially had been, that he was trying to use, was that 150-day loophole. But he wasn't doing that. He was trying to make them permanent, which is why the Supreme Court overruled him. So he says now the world is getting a 10% tariff for 150 days, 5 months. And then Congress must act. Now, we've seen them pass things saying that the national emergencies he has been trying to declare did not exist. And so Congress may not want to keep those tariffs around, which would be best news for the economy. He also said they're looking at other ways of doing the tariffs that they may have legally that may lead to even more tariff revenue. He also said that it could lead to Supreme Court fights about returning the tariff money. He did not commit to returning it, and that part doesn't surprise me.